From stream cleanups to tree cleanups, the city's Environmental Management Division hosted many events in honor of Earth Day last month. We wanted to share with you some of the great footage and interviews in our Sustainable Rockville segment that we're dubbing this month as Earth Day Roundup. And this is coming in at our number 5 story. Another event hosted by the city to kick off the spring in a green way was the annual Croydon Creek Nature Center Spring Festival.
Behind me you can see we have the Environmental Management Division here. We also have representatives from the climbing gym. We have our own staff doing trivia. We have lots of crafts and activities. Out front we have a hike, we have a beekeeper here, and we have a native plant sale going on.
How many years have you guys been doing this event?
Oh my gosh, I think it's been 5 or 6 years. We've been doing this ever since, I think a year after we opened, which is in 2002.
It seems as though everybody's pretty happy here. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. From the staff to the visitors. I mean, you can't come to the Nature Center and be in a bad mood. You're outside. It's a gorgeous day, so why not be happy?
Tell us what's going on with the Nature Center this spring and summer.
This spring and summer, we are full with school programs and adult programs. We have lots of programs for families. We're also doing summer camps this summer, and we're starting a new program called Pollywog Adventures for adults and children to come out and visit the Nature Center, and we have a naturalist leading activities for them.
Great. It seems as though there's a lot to do, and what would you say to somebody who's never been to the Nature Center?
I would say call us up, get directions, come on out and visit. It's free, and it's just a wonderful way to get outside. You can come inside and see all of the reptiles and amphibians that we have inside, and we also have a live owl, but also to get outside into nature, because that's the number one most important thing, is to get outside and enjoy the world around you.
What type of reaction or thoughts do you have on the way we celebrate Earth Day this year?
I think it was successful. We tried to expand our program a little bit to have activities throughout the month, starting with a stream cleanup, a regional stream cleanup that was coordinated throughout the Potomac River watershed. We had lots of various stream cleanups within Rockville, to promoting our backyard habitat program, to volunteer stream monitoring program kicking off, and much more.
To celebrate Arbor Day in the city, Rockville held its annual Arbor Day event jointly with the Maryland Arborist Association at Rockville Historic Cemetery. More than 100 member arborists volunteered their time.
This is the city's Arbor Day event for 2009. Every year we hold an Arbor Day event, and it's one of the criteria for us to achieve our Tree City USA status, which this is the 20th consecutive year that Rockville has been distinguished as a Tree City USA. So this year we were partnering with the Maryland Arborist Association in doing a volunteer tree care field day here at the historic Rockville Cemetery. These guys are all volunteering their time to help remove some hazardous trees and to prune and care for some of the more significant trees here at the cemetery.
I'm with the Rockville Cemetery Association, which is a nonprofit volunteer board that owns and operates Rockville Cemetery, and for the last 6 years we've been restoring the cemetery. Trees are a major part of what goes on in almost 30 acres of cemetery that have grown up over almost 300 years. So we are delighted that the Maryland Arborist Association chose the Rockville Cemetery for this year's volunteer project. And today there are something like 70 or 80 volunteer licensed arborists who are here volunteering their time to trim trees, fertilize trees, cut up stumps, just do all sorts of things to improve the huge old trees that we have at Rockville Cemetery. And it's an ongoing thing, but to have someone come in and do this so willingly and with such expertise is really a bonus for us. We're delighted. Rockville has always been a tree city. We're along Baltimore Road, which is an historic road. Rockville has been here for almost 300 years, and it's always had beautiful trees, whether they were street trees planted by the city, by the town, or whether they were, trees that we do today. And as we grow more and more suburban, it's very important to keep that count of trees.
We're out here as a part of a Rockville Citywide Stream Cleanup that we have every year. We have it around our early part of April. And this is actually one of multiple sites that we have throughout the city where we're just going out into the streams and the adjacent buffer area, just picking up the trash. We're very unfortunate to have very enthusiastic residents who care about the environment come out here and help us out.
Clean your environment!
is it?
It's got to be linoleum or something.
Everything eventually ends up in the Chesapeake Bay. So everything that's in a watershed empties into a stream, eventually flows into the larger streams, eventually into the rivers, and eventually dumps into the Chesapeake Bay. All the pollution there affects the oysters, the crabs, the fish, the wildlife, the migratory birds. They ingest plastic, they ingest pollution, and plus it also stops up the outfalls, so you get flooding. So it does a lot of damage.
I'm a new resident to Rockville. I just moved here at the end of last year, and I've been quite impressed the more that I learn about Rockville and what they offer, and just the resources we have. I moved here from San Diego, and they had a similar program. So when I saw the trash in the creek, I just did a Google search, and I found the resources, of the city, and they had exactly what we needed. We just need more people to come out and help.
The final statistics from the day: 71 volunteers, 80 bags of trash collected, and a few more stretches of cleaner streams in Rockville.
I think the most helpful thing is when you're out for a walk or something, if you just see trash on the side of the trail or the towpath or in your neighborhood, just pick it up. Pick it up if you see it and put it in your own trash can. Just because it's somebody else's trash doesn't mean you should just leave it there.
It's important that people get involved because, first of all, it's easy. We're right in people's backyards, and it's a small step but an important one toward an overall approach to cleaning up the environment. And we start here with this little creek in a city park, and that rolls downhill to a larger stream, which rolls downhill to a larger stream. It's not only for purposes of water quality, but we've already seen some wildlife in this little park, and material like I've got in my hand, this is old linoleum, gets into their system and causes problems as well. So it's a couple of hours of donated labor. I think it's generally pretty rewarding for people who participate, and we hope